Public transportation includes transit that is accessible to the public using buses, trolleys, trains, subways, and other sources of transportation like ferries. This is a quick chat regarding Fayette County and their decision not to provide public transportation on the streets of Fayetteville, Georgia. And I'm Brittany Randall, a Valley girl from Northern California. At 8 years old, my family migrated to where we currently reside today in Fayetteville. Coming from a secure family, the only form of public transportation I was familiar with was riding the school bus 5 days out of the week. So moving to Fayetteville, it did not make much of a difference until I got to high school and started venturing outside of Fayetteville, which is when I found MARTA, which is a public transportation service that has been circulating around the metro Atlanta area for decades. Fayette County is located on the south side of the metro Atlanta map. Those who want the feel of living in Atlanta without actually living in Atlanta are attracted to the country suburban feel of living in Fayetteville and its surrounding neighborhoods. Residents have raised concerns such as unwanted visitors, buses damaging the streets, and constant stop-and-go traffic that the buses tend to cause. Other than the use of school buses and other privately owned transportation, there is no other form of public transit. After discussing the idea with several locals, they each had different ideas of the public transportation system and what it means to them. The first person I had the opportunity to discuss the issue with was Michael Bailey. Bailey is an Atlanta native who moved from Mechanicsville, which is the inner city located in Atlanta, to Fayetteville in 2010.
MARTA is good if it's your only transportation. It gets you around the city from your job to school. It's cost effective. If you didn't have transportation, you wish for MARTA.
On the other side of being a medical transporter, Michael Bailey is an Uber driver. Uber was introduced in 2009, first hitting the streets in San Francisco, California. The multinational transportation system has taken the job of a lot of taxi drivers. As an alternative to not having bus systems in Fayetteville, people typically use Uber to get to where they need to be, Bailey stated.
But the only people who use Uber for real is people who can afford it. If they going out on a Saturday night or they have to get back and forth from work and they live far away from work and they don't have a car or something.
Bailey doesn't exactly agree that public transportation belongs in Fayetteville, but he does agree that there are a few perks to having public transportation, as does Danette Corcoran, otherwise known as Miss Minnesota. She's a public school bus driver that moved to Fayetteville in 1983. Like a lot of other Fayetteville locals, they're not in favor of public transportation. Fayette County gets busy enough in her opinion.
My personal opinion is I don't think I would like it here. I just, with those kind of buses, I just think it would put a big wrench in the traffic a lot more. Our roads are not really situated for that here.
Although she is not in favor of MARTA buses running on the streets of Fayetteville, she believes that there is a significant difference between public buses and school buses, given the circumstances that school buses are provided by the government for the accessibility in order for children to get to school.
The difference is people stop for us because we put on our flashing yellows and then our reds. For MARTA, people just kind of go around and they have to kind of really watch the traffic. I think that would be hard. They don't have stoplights and stop signs, stop the traffic. When they stop, and then they have to try and merge.
Another possible alternative given by Corcoran is another form of public transit. She thinks that this will keep the streets less cluttered.
It would be nice if we had rideshare programs more from the workplace. Why couldn't we let people come there, park, and get on a rideshare van or a company little bus and minibus and take them into work?
So, although Fayetteville locals are not in favor of MARTA routes being installed in the city, they do believe that it has its perks, and their solutions are as stated. Thank you for tuning in, and this has been Brittany with KSU News Now.